Welcome to another real-time trade. In this video, I'll discuss several ways to manage the trade to empower you to design a trade management model that suits your unique mental wiring. This is the stuff of the real game. Now let's join the trade in progress. Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. Good morning to you. It's 9:34 almost a.m. So we're 4 minutes into the New York session, watching the three sisters, NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow, 1 minute charts with volume weighted average price, VWAP, the blue line in the middle, with 2.5 standard deviation bands on the top and the bottom. Now, interesting happening here. This is a divergence, guys. You can see the Dow is rallying, NASDAQ is selling off, and the S&P is somewhere in between, as we often see, for whatever reason. And I'll be watching this now, guys, and I'm just going to look for an opportunity here. There may or may not be a trade today. Who knows? Whatever the market brings. But I'm going to cut out dead air, sideways grinding action, non-teaching moments. Keep this video nice and tight. If you've been watching my videos or part of my Telegram group or part of my Twitter group, for a while you will know what I look for. But just keep watching, and you'll soon figure it out if you're relatively new here. This is my trading grid. Let me bring you back to the actual grid. Give me one moment here. There we go. Daily chart up in the top left always. 30-minute in the bottom left, and then a 1, 2, or 3-minute chart on the right-hand side. On the open, certainly for the first hour of the day, it's usually a 1-minute chart. I really want to see the micro action, if you will, as this thing plays out. Dropping down now, of course, into a clean traffic zone here on the NASDAQ, and breaking yesterday's low easily on the daily. See that up there? This is a bearish start to the day on the NASDAQ here. I'll put you on pause, guys, and I'll bring you back as this continues to play out. All right, guys, watching the NASDAQ here, the weakest of the three, looking for a trend continuation move here. It's got some momentum behind it. Stop right above at 30 points, guys, and then here. So sell stop order. I know I sound a bit rushed here. I'm trying to get back to my own platform to make sure my brackets are good to go. Bear with me if you can. Sell stop order, guys. Time of day is important. I normally wouldn't take an extended move like this on almost any other 30-minute candle than this very first one. I'll explain more about this if we get tagged in. And not yet in, not yet in. And in, guys. Triggered in. There's my short right there. Short the NASDAQ. Looking for a 1R primary target with an eventual extreme target of 2R. First trade of the day, of course. Here near the open, 942. I normally don't trade until 940. Here we are just beyond that. And target 1 has been hit. So the 1R all or nothing trader has exited the trade with full profitability, and the others are sitting waiting to see what happens. Of course, the 2R move stop to break even at 1R has now moved their stop to break even because prices hit 1R. So the 2R move stop to break even at 1R will either make 0 or 2R depending on what happens from here. Back on pause for now. All right, guys, want to show this to you. So why am I entering this trade, or why did I enter this trade on the opening candle? Well, we got past the first 10-minute open range, which I almost always typically wait for. Big drive down, clean traffic zone on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, the weakest of the three. You can see positioning here versus yesterday's high and low on all three sisters. The Dow was the strongest. Not seeing me short the Dow today, seeing me short the NASDAQ, which has opened the weakest and continues to be the weakest on the day. In fact, the NASDAQ is down 1.5% here on the day. S&P is only down 90 basis points, and the Dow's only down less than a quarter of a percentage point here, 20 basis points. holding up really well. So this is the NASDAQ. It's a trend continuation trade. It's a momentum play here on the open in clean traffic. Another big piece, of course, is what we're seeing here. All three sisters trading below the VWAP, volume weighted average price. All three negative moving average configurations, so bearish. All three pricing below both EMAs and slamming into 2.5 standard deviations. Early here, later here, and of course consistently here now on the Dow. Dow still being the strongest though, even though it's into its 2.5 standard deviations. That's because it started above, whereas the other two started below, right? Starting mean coming into the New York session. Hope that makes sense. And in terms of my entry, guys, obviously unbroken cascading drop here on the open. Waited for some consolidation, trying to get up, dropping back down, trying back up again, trying to get up, tapping the 9 EMA and then flipping down. I'm selling right here on the break of this candle that was unable to make any headway, either down or up for that matter. But then tapping up here and then slamming down is the momentum entry on this particular type of setup. No guarantees this will continue down, by the way. Obviously, there never is. And it's getting pretty extended here, but there's a lot of bearish momentum happening in this market now. And target 2 has been hit, 1.5 hour. And so the 1.5 hour all or nothing trader has left the game with full profitability, and we will continue to watch this. Been a real sideways grind here for a long time. I entered this trade at 9:41, 11 minutes into the session, and just kind of been sitting here with it. But so far, not doing too badly. I'll be back. And we're out, guys. I'm going to call it there. We kind of just didn't tap it because this line's supposed to stay up there, but that's close enough for me to be stopped out on the original stop. And so the 1 hour all or nothing trader profited fully. The 1.5 hour profited fully. The 2 hour all or none was the only loser with a minus 1 hour, of course. And the 2 hour move break even at 1 hour was a break even. So 3 models either won or broke even, and 1 model took the 1 hour loss. Thanks for being with me today, guys. Again, this was a trend continuation trade, right? Bearish daily, breaking lows. It was the same case in the S&P. Let me see if I can show this to you. Well, there's the daily. You can see it breaking the low on the NASDAQ, breaking the low on the S&P, not breaking the low here, the prior day low on the Dow. Doesn't matter. We got some serious weakness here in the NASDAQ, the weakest of the three, down 1.35% here on the day, while the other two are down significantly less. And so that's the one we hit, and trade turned out pretty well. Thanks for being here again, guys. Appreciate your support. Thank you for clicking the like button, for saying hi in the comments. I'm sure we'll see you again a little bit later. Have a good one, guys. Take care.